Barstool NFL Pick'em Week 17, the last week of the regular season. We're going to touch on the meaningful games. Before we do that, Peyton Manning should retire, correct?
Yeah, he won't because he won't, but he should. I didn't watch the second half though. Didn't he have a comeback or something?
He should, and he needs a trade. He needs to go to a team where he can play in a dome again.
Agreed.
He just can't play in cold. It's just not possible. All right, let's dive right into it. Let's see. Games that matter. There's not that many of them. Let's talk about the Chargers-Chiefs. Chargers still have an outside. Actually, I think the Chargers have the tiebreaker on the Ravens. So that
Chargers win and they're in.
Win and they're in. They're going to Kansas City, which is always a tough place to play, even though the Chiefs are out. I think the Chiefs can technically get like a million things to go their way and they'll get in. Who do you like in that game? It's Kansas City minus 2.5.
Kansas City. Anybody who thinks San Diego is going to win that game is a moron. This is one of those things. Now, this is going to be a little bit weird. We just did our college thing. We talked about motivation, blah, blah, blah. The NFL, go back and read your history books. Go do your study plans. Teams that have to win in the NFL lose all the time to teams that have nothing to play for. It's bananas. Like last year, I remember some team, I forget who it was, they had like 5 teams lose that had to lose versus nobody's. Kansas City wins this game. No doubt in my mind.
Yeah, that definitely happens a lot in Week 17, especially when you're talking about a division foe and they can play spoiler. I tend to agree with you. Kansas City's going to win this game. But Philip Rivers will have something to say. I can just imagine. I'm closing my eyes. I'm thinking Philip Rivers. He's got the ball. The KC crowd's going nuts. They're down 7. He's on his own 14. He's got to go the distance. Throws a back-breaking pick and actually breaks his back on the field and sad Philip Rivers. That's like a picture that I have with the sea of red behind him.
I think Kansas City wins this game. Maybe it's because teams who are already out, like everyone's so fucking scared for their jobs and their lives in the NFL. Like you play looser when you have nothing, no playoffs on the line. Again, I like Kansas City.
Did the Patriots clinch everything?
Yes.
Okay, so they have nothing to play for. Are they going to play their starters?
He hasn't said, but knowing Belichick, he will, because that's what he does. And let me just say something. I saw a couple of people tweet, oh, Belichick's so stubborn, he'll probably play our starters, someone will get hurt, and it'll cost us the Super Bowl, it'll blow the Super Bowl. Those people I want to take their heads by their hair and stuff them like they're bobbing for apples and drown them. Because Belichick's stubbornness and his awesomeness is why we're having home field advantage in the playoffs and why this is going to be our 6th Super Bowl under his reign and why we're probably going to win our 4th Super Bowl because he does things his way. And when I went to dinner with him, that's all he could talk about was football and winning, and he doesn't care what the time of year is. He plays to win the game. He breathes to win. He lives to win. So, yes, I would rest Gronk, Revis, Edelman, Brady. I'd rest them all. But I don't question my friend Bill because his results are proven. So anyone who's like, oh, he's screwed up, shut up and go root for somebody else.
Okay. Well, then, would you take the Patriots in that game?
I don't even know what the line is.
10. That Buffalo team.
I would. I think the Patriots didn't play well last week. They didn't play great. They may just try to stomp the Bills' face in the mud and win by 50 for confidence. Again, unless we hear none of them are playing, I don't think that'll be the case. As of now, if the Patriots are playing their guys, yeah, I'd take them.
All right, quickly we'll talk about the Bears and the Vikings. Cutler's back in. I would take the Vikings here because I think Cutler and Trestman are going to have just a fucking awful game plan. There's going to be a lot of miscommunication, a lot of shit people don't want to do. I think the Vikings are going to win by a couple touchdowns.
Yeah, I'd take the Vikings. I'm surprised Cutler didn't make up a fake injury like Hoyer did.
Yeah, that was a classic fake injury by Hoyer.
Yeah.
Shoulder?
Yeah. Like,
weird.
I'm very surprised Cutler didn't do that. Like, oh, I broke my ankle. Go find somebody else.
With the Bears' luck, though, Cutler will get really hurt. He'll tear his ACL or something, and then he won't have any trade value, and all his money will become guaranteed, and you'll have a 32-year-old Cutler with a torn ACL going into next year. That's probably going to happen. All right, let's talk about a game that actually means something. NFC South Championship, Falcons-Panthers. Falcons -4. Who do you like?
First of all, Dave, congratulations on that mortal lock. I mean, I heard like announcers last week being like, maybe there's nothing to the Superdome. I broke the Superdome. I've been telling that all season that Katrina game has lingered in people's minds way too long. So congratulations to me for that mortal lock last week. And again, I'm just going to get rich because this is my NFL mortal lock again. There should be no lines in these NFC South games. These should all be pick'ems because these teams are garbage. They're just recycling garbage versus each other. Carolina could probably win this game. Who fucking knows? The fact it's 4 is outrageous. Give me Carolina.
I agree. Panthers, the getting over a field goal for this game is a joke. I like the Panthers. They stink. So do the Falcons. They stink as well. But when you have two teams that stink, give me the points.
Yeah. And home field means nothing for these teams. Nothing.
No, not anymore. The NFC South is like a cat with no claw.
You have to be like good to have home field matter for you.
Right. All right, Lions-Packers. This one's for the NFC North. Actually a very important game because the winner, I believe, will have a chance at a first-round bye.
Yeah.
Who do you like in this one?
I mean, there's a couple things in life, Dan. I mean, since I've been a young pup gambling, the Lions do not win in cold weather, and that ain't changing this week. The dome teams do not go into Green Bay and win in the dead of winter. Period. I like Green Bay.
The Lions, if you watch the Bears-Lions game, which I don't know why you would have unless you're a Bears-Lions fan, the Lions, if they had played any other team but the Bears, they would have lost by 3 touchdowns. Matthew Stafford threw the worst interceptions I've ever seen. They were muffing kicks. They were getting penalties. They played like garbage. You have to take the Packers in this game, and that's exactly why I'm taking the Lions. Switched it up on you there.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming.
Can the Cowboys get home field advantage?
Can I just say one other thing?
Yeah.
That philosophy I just gave you, which I stand by firm, is that philosophy cost me the most money in the history of my gambling career. When the Bucks went into Philadelphia in the playoffs and had never won like in below 40, and they steamrolled. I probably told this story. They steamrolled Philly. Philly scored on their first touchdown. I turned to Elio. We both had shots. We said, we made a deal. We're going to do a shot every time the Eagles score. And we said the only thing we're worried about is that we're going to be shit-faced and not be able to walk out of this place. They didn't score the rest of the game. We were stone sober. They got steamrolled. And then I bet against Tampa the rest of the way through. They won the Super Bowl.
Was that the game that Brian Westbrook got like violently knocked out?
I don't remember that. Possibly.
I just remember an Eagles player laying on that gross, like, pavement, the green pavement at the vet.
Yeah,
the green pavement of the vet just knocked out.
Yeah.
That was the Eagles. All right. So the Cowboys and the Redskins. Cowboys are -7 at Washington. Cowboys can clinch home field advantage if they win and the Cardinals lose, I think. That can't be right. Whatever. Cowboys are playing for home field advantage and first round bye. Who do you like in this one?
I'm just looking at Cowboys are 11-4. No, no, they definitely must because they have the same record as the Seahawks.
Yeah, did they play the Lions or the Packers? That's a question. I don't know. I'll find out right now. I don't think they did play. So I think they can win it. I think they can clinch a home field advantage if they win.
Yeah, all right, whatever. I like the Cowboys.
Do you buy the Cowboys?
I don't know.
Because I tweeted on Sunday that now we get to watch Tony Romo with a back-breaking interception in the playoffs. And Cowboys fans jumped down my throat, said it's a totally different Cowboys team. This team is Tony Romo's a different quarterback. I don't buy it. I know their offensive line is good. But at the end of the day, if the game's on the line, do you think Tony Romo is cured of Tony Romo?
Some guys in life are losers. Losers. The type of guy who will fumble snap on an extra point that costs you a playoff game. Tony Romo is a loser. Being a loser is in his DNA. Regular season don't matter. He's back in the playoffs, fine. I agree with you 1,000%. Losers don't win Super Bowls. He's a loser, and he will make mistakes that cost the Cowboys at some point because that's what losers do. Losers make loser plays in big moments. Loser.
Okay, totally agree. Happy we're on the same page there. Because I don't know what the fucking Cowboy fans were talking about. All right, let's go to... Let's see, what else we got on the docket? We talked Lions, Packers. No, we already talked Peyton Manning. He should retire. I like the Raiders plus 14.5.
How can you not? How can you not?
I mean, Peyton Manning is just, he's got nothing. He's got nothing left.
I mean, let's be honest. I mean, this is the end of the... You have to... Do you think there's any way the Patriots aren't in the Super Bowl?
I've changed my dark horse from the Ravens to the Steelers.
Well, the Ravens may not make the playoffs, so that's a good move.
I know that the Patriots kind of own the Steelers. I think the Steelers could be sneaky.
And I'm not just saying this as a Patriot fan. They might as well just fast forward the AFC. I mean, Seattle, I could see Seattle, Green Bay. I could even see Seattle, Dallas being competitive games. But we're in the Super Bowl. I think it'll probably be Patriots, Seattle. Seattle's probably a 3.5, 4-point favorite in that game. I can't wait. Bring it on, Seattle. I'm here.
I will say this. The AFC divisional round, whoever the Patriots play, that's going to be like a 10-point line.
Yeah,
they're going to play like the Bengals or the Colts.
Those are two. I mean, the way the Broncos look now, and Pittsburgh, forget about it. There isn't a team that can look us in the eye till we get to the Super Bowl.
So how's this going to all play out? It's going to be Colts. Will Colts get the 3 seed? No, Colts are going to go down to the 4 seed. So yeah, the Colts. Because I think we'll just fast forward here because we basically have touched everyone. The Bengals and the Steelers is the night game for the NFC North. So it's going to basically decide the difference between the 3 seed and the 5 seed. So that's a big difference because it's a home field advantage in the first round.
Agreed.
That means that the Colts will probably be the ones going to Foxborough.
Where, I mean, they have zero chance to win that game. Zero.
Yeah, that game would get ugly. Who do you like in this Pittsburgh, Cincinnati game?
Pittsburgh. I don't think Cincinnati can't win 2 in a row.
Pittsburgh's good. What about Rams, Seahawks? Seahawks minus 13.
I like the Rams, but I like the Seahawks to win the game.
Yep. And then the last game, the 49ers and the Cardinals. Is there a team that's more toothless going into the playoffs than the Arizona Cardinals?
They are just because but I mean, if Stanton's healthy, I think they can win a game or two. I don't. I mean, it's tough to play like Seattle with a guy who was bagging groceries last week.
So you think if Stanton comes back,
I think they can play with anybody.
they can win a first-round game?
Yeah, absolutely.
They are going to be the ones who will ultimately have to go and play the NFC South winner.
I think they're good, and I like the coach. I think they'll be ready.
I love their coach. I wish the Bears had gotten their coach.
So that's why I don't. I think it's going to be. They're severely handicapped when you're down to your 8th string QB on an offense that wasn't great to begin with. But Stanton can win you a ball game.
Yeah. All right, let's go to Mortal Locks. Who do you guys like?
I'm going to go with. You go first. I got to re-pull it up. I know.
All right, I'm gonna wait till the Sunday night. I'm gonna load up. I'm gonna take all my winnings from the Bulls, and I'm going to load up on the over 48.5 Bengals Steelers. That has a shootout written all over it.
I'm gonna go with the Jets +6. Rex's send-off.
The Jets +6 against the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Interesting pick.
I just think they die for Rex in the field in this game.
Hank, who do you have?
I got the Packers -7.5.
Okay. Speaking of the Dolphins, Dave, Philbin getting another year means that Harbaugh is coming to the Bears.
They're not even saying Harbaugh's going to the Bears. It's either the Raiders or Michigan.
No. Jay Glazer said the Bears.
Jay Glazer. I fucking hate that guy.
I said it mostly just to get that reaction out of you, and you didn't disappoint. All right, that was the pick 'em.